Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stupid Clock. I'm Joe Dog. I don't know if you caught at the beginning of our show. We are dedicating tonight's show in memory of Daryl Ray Osborne, also known as Doc Osborne. 62 of Madison, Alabama, passed away peacefully at his home on Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. In lieu of flowers, the families requested to please make donations to the American Heart Association in his name. The visitation will be at the Legacy Chapel Funeral Home and Crematory at number 16 Hughes Road, Madison, Alabama. Visitation will be 5 to 7 p.m. and the memorial service will be at 7 p.m. December 7th. To our friend Doc, we're going to miss you, man. Bring Dan in.
Yeah. This is not an easy week.
No. Of course, we just heard of a passing of another one of our LibertyCon
luminaries.
What was his first name? Baird is his last name.
I think Jonathan David or David John.
David Bear or something like that.
David is what he went by, yeah.
Yeah. And go ahead and bring John in because John knows who Doc was. I'm sure you remember Doc.
Still got some balloons laying around here somewhere. I'll show you something else, though.
Okay, well, your screen's froze.
Oh, figures. Get rid of Facebook here.
That'll help.
Well, I usually have both of them up at the same time.
Yeah.
I told you a story about 2 years ago. I was going to buy Stephanie Osborne's book at Chattacon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I had to go make sure I had the $20 to buy it.
Yeah.
By the time I got back, her and Doc had already gone. And she told me, hey, when he says we're going, we're gone. So I finally, at HallowCon, I bought the book. She autographed it for me.
Yeah.
I was just reading it. I've been reading it since I got it at HallowCon. And I just noticed today, I was reading through it, that's the cover. Oh, let me see if I can do this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the first one.
That's the cover art for that first book in the series.
Yeah.
Doc drew that. That's his artwork.
Yeah, he did almost all of her cover art he did all of her cover art for that series.
Yeah.
And most of her other covers as well.
Yeah.
He did 2 covers for me, one of which we haven't used yet, but we're going to.
Yeah.
And a lot of other stuff. Multi-talented fellow.
Walked into a room and you couldn't help but smile when he walked in. He had an infectious smile that just when he was there, you couldn't help but smile.
The only time I didn't see him with an infectious smile is he got a bag of bad balloons.
Oh.
And was trying to make a balloon something for his kid. And just every time he got about halfway pumped up, bam!
And even then, it was funny.
I haven't told my grandchildren yet because they met him at a LibertyCon a few years back, and I know that's going to be a rough day for them.
Yeah. All right, let's get on with the show. But this show is in memory of Doc. And Doc, as a great performer, the show must go on. So, Bob, we're going to call up our first comment from Donna Carlene saying, hello, guys. And then Zach from the Launchpad says, hey, That was a beautiful launch tonight. They nailed the landing on the barge.
Ooh,
And Facebook user just said check into cache.
that's
Yeah, I
me.
was wondering why I couldn't delete that.
Yeah.
That's me.
And Donna Carleen says she's sorry to hear that.
Mm.
Yeah. Donna, I wish Doc could have come to HallowCon this year. He almost did, and I really wished he would because you'd have known what a great guy he really was. But yeah, y'all sort of keep talking because I don't know if I can.
Well,
My
I just
iPad
want to
is
say,
trying to. My iPad is trying to download Windows 11 here. It's all fucked up.
And what was you going to say, Bill?
no, I was just going to say the thoughts and prayers of comfort and peace going out to Stephanie and their family was
Yes.
all.
Thank you.
So anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm gearing up for the solar eclipse tomorrow. Do you think if I wear this helmet, I can look up in the sky and not go blind, or
solar eclipse tomorrow?
no, I'm sorry, Saturday. I don't know why I keep thinking today's Friday. It was wishful thinking, I guess.
Okay, this is something I didn't know about.
I heard about the lunar one last week. I didn't know anything about a solar one.
I
Well,
thought
we got another eclipse this month, and we got the what is it? The Germain meteor shower this month.
Hey, when I was going to Sunday school as a kid, I distinctly remembered something about plagues and eclipses, and so there's something about locusts and toads and bloody water.
Yeah. Did you see that report about what they did with the toads? Yeah, I think. Yeah. See where they basically did Jurassic Park with them, and also.
The biological robots that they
Yeah.
built. Yeah, frog in. Yeah, well,
where they was reproducing basically stem cells from the toad, and they could heal themselves.
I got to buy more ammo.
But yeah, we're heading towards Terminator stage anytime.
yeah.
The good news is if they are little bitty self-replicating frogs, okay, Walmart sells shotgun birdshot ammo like for skeet guns and stuff like that.
Well, these have got claws on them. These are like freaked out claws. I mean, like freaked out frogs.
And Joe, I posted the thing about the solar eclipse Saturday in the Stupid O'Clock group. So it's I won't go into details.
Carl says it's only visible in Antarctica.
Let's see here.
Oh.
Hang on a second. Great. I found something about it, and it's all horoscopes.
I think the one I got it from was space.com. I think that's where I found it. Actually, I've known about this a couple of weeks ago because when I took my niece to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife, we were talking about eclipses for some reason afterwards, and she didn't know the difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. So we were talking about that, and she asked me.
And a Hyundai eclipse.
Yeah, exactly. No, or Mitsubishi eclipse. Yeah. And, but anyway, so she asked me when the next solar one would be, because I told her about having to be careful about viewing it. And so that's when I kind of looked it up thinking, oh, it'll be years from now. And holy crap, it's on December 4th. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's in the southern hemisphere.
yeah. So
Australia is probably one of your better places to see it.
Start walking.
trying to think if I got any friends there.
Emperor Point, Antarctica gets 100%. It's from 3:42 a.m. to the total is at 4:35 a.m. in Emperor Point, Antarctica.
You know, the interesting point is it's early, it's spring in Antarctica.
Yeah,
It's almost summer down there. So
Felt
Yeah.
like spring here today.
no kidding. I had windows open, fans in the window, whole 9 yards.
yeah.
Yeah, power bill wasn't but $83 last month or this past month.
Now the next solar eclipse, there's one city in 2024 that'll come. It comes through. They also had the full total solar eclipse in 2021. It's actually going to cross over the same town.
Is that Philadelphia?
It's
Because it's always sunny
Missouri.
in Philadelphia.
Yeah, won't be in Philadelphia. It's always sunny there.
Only if Danny DeVito is there.
You know, can you imagine going on a trip to Philadelphia and running into Danny DeVito?
No.
I'll be right back. Somebody has asked me writing questions for, the spaceport bar stuff. I'll be right back. I got to take care of that right away because he's got a great idea. I've got to tell him to run with it.
Yeah. All right, Dan.
I think you just did.
I think you did.
And busted, Donna. He found you. Oh.
Are they playing hide and seek in the Witzman compound again?
Zach, are you wanting to jump on here with us, or are you still in the room? If you want to jump on with us, give me a shout, and I'll shoot you a link. We got nothing else to talk about. You can give us some updates on some of the Starship stuff that you found out.
Oh yeah, because I've been seeing all this darn rocket news, and since Joe ain't posting it, I'm having to find it myself.
Yeah. Well, you find it
Starship?
faster than I do.
Or maybe this one? Or...
Might as well say it. I need to go watch it.
How about that one?
New documentary on Roswell.
Hi, Michaela. If you run into Danny DeVito, I hope you got good insurance.
Yeah. He ain't going to. Well, I ain't going to.
All right. What I'll do is I'll send it to you into the Discord private chat, and then you can just jump in when you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now to figure out how to do Discord. Keep talking, John.
Strangely enough, I have started playing Star Citizen again. And just my brother called me out of the blue for Thanksgiving and wanted to start playing again. So I started trying to get back into it. And this is the game that's been in beta for 10 years. It's still testing. They crowdfunded the game. And they keep selling like memberships to this thing for the crowdfunding. It's a beautiful game. It just doesn't work. It's one of those computer games that's so advanced, you're going to need a supercomputer to play the damn thing.
No, when they get it right.
I doubt they'll ever actually get it right. But I've got a gaming laptop, and we doubled the capacity on this gaming laptop, and I can barely play it.
Oh, wow.
Right. Barely. And my brother's got one of the, he's an IT guy, so he's got one of these Super Mondo computers at the house. He uses it for gaming he does all his work at work, his IT work on his phone. So that's.
I think some of these kids out there today think they are gaming when they're doing something in real life, like that school shooting.
Nah, he is screwed up way before that.
Yeah, he if you've seen pictures of him.
I seen him. Oh no, I'm thinking of the other guy that killed people and.
The one with the driver that drove the SUV through the crowd at the Christmas thing.
No, there's one recently, and they got the
Wasn't
guy.
me.
They got both of them. Both
Sorry,
of them.
not bad manners, just good beer. We
Both
seem
of
to be having a serious night tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What's happened?
No, we talking about all kinds of
Bad things.
natural and unnatural disasters here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I brought up a news story just in case because I wasn't sure what was going to go on tonight. So I'll throw this up. This is actually some good news for y'all.
Good news. We love good news.
Okay. This is from Windows Central. It's a Microsoft story.
That ain't ever good news.
Let me finish. Okay. There's a company over there in Asia called TSMC. And they are ushering in a new era of chip production. They've gotten their chips down to something called 3 nanometers.
That's tiny.
It's. Let me see. I was gonna read through. Anyway, they're gearing up to do this with and they're gonna put it into the video processors for NVIDIA's RTX 40 series production.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have incredible graphics capability come out next year. And to give you an idea, I looked this up on Wikipedia, and I'll read it verbatim here. In semiconductor manufacturing, the 3nm process is the next die shrink after the 5 nanometer MOSF, which is a metal oxide semi-field effect transistor, the thing that makes your microchip work.
Yeah.
Now, that is the top of the line right now is the 5 nanometer. Most of the technology we're using right now is either 7 or the newer stuff is 5. Okay.
But how long will it take them to ship that one chip?
25 years, give or take.
No, they should have it. We should start seeing stuff next year, actually. Okay. Let's see where it is. Here we go. Here's the good part. The company that makes it stated that its new chip will reduce power consumption by 25 to 30% at the same speed. Or it will increase the speed by 10 to 15% at the same power.
I think we'll run the stuff faster and keep paying the same electric bill.
You know, you've heard of people overclocking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And let's see, where was it going here? Let me see.
Need a hairbrush.
The same amount of power and increased transistor density is about 33% compared to the previous 5 nanometer.
So that means it's going to have an extra fan if it's going to run that.
Don't know about that, but it's certainly going to run faster because it's smaller. It's not going to have to cover the electricity's not going to have to cover as much distance to get from, if you'll excuse the expression, bit to bit.
And because I guess for the best way to describe it is
the conductor.
Imagine that what you're using right now is running on a 60-watt bulb. And they're going to be able to do the same job with a 40.
40, like a LED light, basically.
Yeah, almost exactly. So, but just by making it smaller, it does the same job with less power.
Okay.
But we won't pay any less.
Less?
Any less than what? There's semiconductors out there now. At least now we get to replace them with something good.
Hey, waiting to buy my desktop January the 2nd.
You might want to put that off a little bit.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. I might have to put it off.
And Carl's asking, wonder if that will be put into the phones.
That'll probably be the first thing it's put into.
Yep.
Yep.
Just about to say that. Phones will be first.
Which
Samsung, then Apple.
imagine increasing the battery life on your phone by 30%.
Yep.
Samsung already did that with their Galaxy smartwatch that I own. I go 4 days almost. Yeah.
Bill,
Is that the Galaxy
turn your
smartwatch?
phone off.
It's a Ford
Hello.
Is that your watch?
That's his Ford Galaxy smartwatch, is what that is.
Yeah. Ford Galaxy.
That was
Ford
that was the 67 Ford Galaxy
Okay.
500 smartwatch. That's what that was. With dial-up modem. Ring, ring, ring.
Now, was that Carl or Donna calling you just to make it?
Well, believe it or not, it was Jim Stewart.
Okay.
Yes, I have a friend named Jim Stewart, and actually, I'm going to have to call him back right now because I know it's about a funeral we got to go to on Saturday. I shall return.
All right. Oh.
And I know what that's about. Y'all do too. I think I
Hey,
sister.
it's none of our business until
Well,
the
y'all-
show decides it is.
Y'all know who it is. What it is about.
Oh, yeah. Did y'all see the video I posted in Uncle Carl's Secret Humor group? I'm so tempted to try it, but I'll probably die
Now wait.
with the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I did
Oh.
see that.
Was that what it was? I've learned. I learned a decade ago never
We
to click on
don't
the link
open
that you
your
post.
attachments, Joe.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Hey, I basically cringe when I see you've made a post and I go, oh, what is he up to now? How is this going to blow up in my face?
Well, you definitely got to watch Randy Felt Face. Randy buys a bookcase off Gumtree.
I couldn't even take a sip of beer when you said that.
It's. I'll put it to you this way: I was guffawing, laughing, couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard at it. Yeah, Carl says he cringes too, and yes, Carl, it's the vacuum face.
Yeah.
I just wonder how fast I would die.
Depending on who you did it to.
Donna, to my wife.
Let's see, that could be measured in nanoseconds. She'd swat you so fast you'd wind up in the middle of next week and last year at the same time.
Yeah, when I seen her, I was like, if I did that to my wife, I'd probably be shot in the face.
Yeah, really.
Carl says very fast.
Uh-huh.
Come here.
The only thing that keeps me safe is Lindsay doesn't know how to collect on my insurance yet. So
Yeah, that's the only thing.
if she ever learns, I'm in deep doo-doo.
Sit down. Sit.
I'm
Yeah, that
trying.
too.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I did.
Well, I don't even have to tell you.
I've learned how much I don't like cats now.
I hate cats. But
Oh. No. A dog, you tell it no, and it stops and looks at you like,
what the hell are you talking about?
and you say no a second time, like, oh, okay, well, I guess I won't do it. You tell a cat no, it'll look at you.
Oh, and try to
Your cat looks at you?
And makes eye contact as it does what you tell it not to do.
Oh yeah,
That's the cat saying, "Oh yeah, watch me."
Yeah, I was about to say, look you up and down, like, what you gonna do?
We had a cat.
That's why I keep a fly swatter close by and a squirt bottle.
We had a cat.
Squirt bottle. I
right
was about to say squirt bottle.
We had a cat when I was going to elementary school that would run out every time the kids got home, open the door, the cat would come running out. We'd have to go chase the cat. And just every time, open the door, cat come running out. So one Halloween, I took my werewolf mask to school with me. Came back, put the werewolf mask on, reached up, grabbed the doorknob, opened it up, and went. Rah, 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 rah. That never came anywhere near that door again.
I just screened in the front porch, so it doesn't do him any good to run out the door. And now Lindsay keeps them all outside anyway. She'll let some of them in on the front porch, the ones that won't stay in the dog pen where there's lots of shelters for them.
But it was kind of funny for like a week and a half after that. Every time somebody opened the front door, the cat would like look around the corner like.
My grandmother had one for about 2 weeks. It climbed up in her wheel well.
That'll do it.
She was going to work one morning, and that cat went to heaven. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, I'll go you one better. The vacuum might be fun, but have you seen one about the little girl with the nose piercing and a 9-volt battery?
Oh.
She was asleep for a little while.
Yeah.
When I was reading somewhere that the reason that cats won't go out the door when you open the door for them, if they're trying to figure out why you're not going out the door, like, what'd you see? Is there something out there? Do I need to? We need to run, lock the door. And the cat's worried that you saw something that's going to kill the cat.
Cats are smart as all get out. I mean, that's the only animal I know that craps and bears are poop. I mean,
well, ferret does too.
Well, I ain't never had a ferret, so I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, they'll use a litter box like a cat. And they'll terrorize a cat too.
Well, I was about to say, I knew ferrets they're almost like a squirrel. Don't they kill snakes and stuff too?
Yeah, they're weasels.
Well, yeah, sort of like a mongoose, only different country.
Oh, what's that? You got ferrets, weasels, and stoats. I think it's the little one. Stoats.
Mm-hmm. Ermines and
minks.
Yep. I was trying to think of that. Thank you.
What's it? Sables? Is that the other one?
Yes, sables. You're right.
Sables.
You're
I
right.
thought that's like a Russian mink or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a mink.
Mink or sable. One of the other.
Boy, we've hit some topics tonight.
Yep. Oh, we're only 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Deep dive into next.
Excuse me while I oil my mink.
Now that stuff is great on old vinyl tops.
Really?
Yeah, it'll bring back, if it hadn't started cracking and peeling, it'll bring back a vinyl top. Of course, how many cars still have vinyl tops?
Not any I can think of.
That wasn't me, I promise.
That's my phone vibrating. Sorry.
Yeah, sure it was a phone.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like no fun to me.
He's having... Nope.
Yeah, it's too early.
Yeah, Carl, it did sound like a fart, one of my farts, but it wasn't, I promise.
What was that?
Yeah, who's yelling?
I don't hear nothing.
Oh, bull. It ain't in my house.
That was the people in the next room leaving the house. Joe used to live in a duplex. Used to.
Never
Now they
again.
can't get anybody to buy it.
See there.
Ow. See, dog listens to me. Leave my crackers alone.
You got my chips.
Your dogs ate 4 packs today.
You know, somewhere at Amazon, there's a very confused Alexa technician listening in on that conversation.
Yeah. Y'all said, see, I admitted that was my phone. It could have been his.
Oh. What are you doing, Dan? Still working on project?
He keeps asking questions, so
We'll put him on the show.
Yeah, bring him on.
hey, he's writing. I'm not going to interrupt him.
No, don't do that.
He can write and stare at the computer screen at the same time. I mean, it's what we do.
Well, basically, that's how you do it. But no. I'm afraid we'd be a little bit too distracting unless you want me to talk about the spaceport bar all the time, which is,
I was about to say, we could give him ideas.
Oh, I'm already giving him ideas. He's already got enough of his own ideas, and I'm giving him ideas. I'm just clarifying lore and continuity. That's all.
Well, while we're talking about books or writing, say if I want to do not a documentary, say a documentary, but like a
biography
based off a real story.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be called?
Based on a true story.
Nonfiction.
Not necessarily. It could be fictional, but based on an actual event.
Based on that true events.
Yeah. Okay. Like if somebody wanted to write a murder mystery inside of the aftermath of some hurricane coming through New Orleans, you could basically call it based on a real story,
right?
But everything in the story would be fictional except for the hurricane.
Correct.
Yeah, that's sort of thing.
I've been watching this, and it's
you could call it the latest brand new sci-fi channel mystery or whatever. But
well, the reason I asked that, I've been watching this show on Nat Geo. It's about the anthrax attacks that happened after 9/11.
Remember them well, yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty much dead on, and it got my head ringing about starting to write again or trying to write again. But
hey, if the ideas come to you, just write them down. What's the worst that could happen? You waste a few minutes writing down an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, later on, you can come back to that and go, "Oh, okay, I can do something with that," or maybe I'd been better off if I hadn't done something with that. But no, still, if the one of the first rules of writers is never throw an idea away.
Right.
Maybe you can't use it right then, but still get it down so that you
remember.
Once it's no longer top of your mind, you can still look at your notes and go, "Oh wow, I thought of that. Let me see what I can do with it."
Right.
Yeah.
I seen you was commenting on I think it was my Kaylee's page. He was talking about how many books you'd read and everything like that.
Oh Lord, yeah. Now y'all have seen photographs of the inside of the house. It looks like it's made out of books. It really does. I've got bookshelves on every wall. I've got room for bookshelves. I counted them 10 years ago. I mean, Lindsay and I had already gotten married and we'd been together for a long time. There was over 10,000 paperback books and we're going close to 1,000 hardbacks, but most of those are textbooks and reference things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got like a good start to a respectable library here. But I've been collecting them for 60 years. So, it's not nothing impressive. But every time I was in school, I'd read library books. College, I went through all kinds of stuff. I even I got to know where things were in the library that the librarians had forgotten were there. You ever run across a complete collection of the works of the Marquis de Sade bound in black leather?
Thank
I didn't check them out, but I knew where they were.
Well, I was about to say, out here at the University of Alabama, they've got that collection, the Gorgas Library. So,
the University of Georgia Library is 7 floors tall, and the middle floors are pretty much a museum, but the rest of it is books.
well, I was about to say,
The basements were computer stuff.
this one is 6 floors. The Gorgas is 6, and then they have 2 more libraries out there. So, but the Gorgas Library is it looks like a plantation. How you know how they build them down here. So.
I've got several up the street from me right now. Yeah, they're over 100 years old and still occupied.
Well, I was about to say that most of these got burnt down during the Civil War at Alabama because back then it was a Army ROTC / Army base back then.
Yeah, what was it? Sherman got diverted around Athens because some of the grandmothers and grandfathers got their squirrel rifles out and put up so much resistance, he decided to go around Athens rather than burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
I just saw this on computer news.
Oh,
Western Digital, let me see, is expecting to have a 30 terabyte HDD drive in the near future.
Oh, I need 4.
Yeah.
I've already got a 10 terabyte drive right here. I keep getting ads for 14, and I'm going, oh, I could use that for the streaming computer. And then I go, what do I use the streaming computer for except this? There's not much. I'm not going to do much else with it because it's the only thing that's fast enough to do this with the green screen and all. So I only turn it on streaming nights, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, because I'm not guests on other shows that I watch. But Stupid O'Clock, Last Man Standing, Green Room, Stupid O'Clock, Last Man Standing. That's
by the way, Last Man Standing, which is by the way coming on tonight at 11 p.m.
Yes. I do not
And
have to go back to work till Monday night. So
there'll be a Saturday night too.
Yes, there will.
Or
yes,
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning coming down.
I was about to say it'd probably be Sunday morning for me because got to watch football. Well, no, that game's at 3:00. So
yeah, Last Man Standing on Saturday nights is 1 a.m. Sunday morning. So
yes.
We're gonna have to change that because technically it's not on Saturday night. So
I've got it in the Rising Tide schedule as Sunday morning. But
I'm looking forward to the. I think it's February. Let me pull my calendar up here real quick. I got to get to February at the LA Coliseum, February 12th.
Super Bowl.
12th or 13th at the LA Coliseum. They're calling it the Bush Clash.
I hope you ain't talking about the actual bushes, but
yeah, there'll be 2 bushes there.
Beer?
No, spelled like the beer, and there'll be a Harvick and
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Elliott. They're going to build a racetrack inside the LA Coliseum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be that dirt track, right?
No, it's going to be an asphalt track.
Oh wow.
Temporarily.
Yeah.
You know,
3/8 mile racetrack inside the LA Coliseum.
I don't know which confuses me
3/8?
more.
That's
Yeah.
that's
The
going to be
fact
some.
That's size of Bristol.
The fact that California wants to do NASCAR, or the fact that NASCAR actually is going to California.
Yeah. Well,
They've got two
NASCAR
races.
does California. Sounds like
Yeah.
maybe does Dallas, doesn't it?
They actually have two. They have a big super speedway out there, and then the Sonoma Road Course,
they got Sonoma and they got
Montana.
Fontana.
You
And they're
know they're
tearing-
going to name some spot on that track Dead Man's Curve. And they're going to play Jan and Dean in the background.
Now, here's a question for you.
Then they got NHRA that has like 2 or 3 tracks out there.
How do they get the cars into California with all their emissions restrictions?
On a
Exactly.
truck.
In a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we can't. Truck drivers can't go get food from or whatever's on them ships out there in the ocean.
So we can get NASCAR there.
Yeah.
Way to go, California.
Well, I saw something about that. There are 18,000 less truck drivers now than there was in 2019
Mm-hmm.
off the road.
There's still 80,000 that they need to hire.
Yep.
And I read something today. It's because the trucking companies are refusing to pay them.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not a matter of there aren't enough truck drivers. It's the companies are refusing to pay them what they're worth.
it's that on top of the COVID mandate, depending on where they got to go and stuff like that.
You ain't got to wear a mask to drive a truck unless you're at a stop and want to get out and go.
Well,
to
that's what I was saying. It depends on where you got to go. If you got to go to a port, you got to have the shot.
if you want to make a delivery at a factory, you've got to have a hard hat, steel toe shoes, and a yellow safety vest. This is just stuff they learn they have to do and carry around with them. I've got friends that are truckers that, you know, they jump through whatever hoops are required in order to make a living. If they're not being paid right, they can't make a living.
Oh, I mean, I ain't arguing with you about it. I'm just saying what I've heard through people I know.
What was that? Something just jumped up. I lost
Something jumped out at you.
I had something on my screen and it went away. I don't know what it was.
Was it a monkey in a coconut grove?
No.
No, you
Frank
put the
some
lime
beans.
in the coconut.
No, we had to sing that one in the army.
Oh,
Jumped a
oh
monkey from
no,
a coconut
you
grove.
did not. Did
Was that
you
a
really?
marching
Did you
song?
really? You really had to sing that?
We had to sing that one.
Oh,
That was one of our running cadences.
man. Yeah, I can see y'all out there running that.
Oh, I hated I hated singing cadence, calling cadence.
Let's see, that would be my.
It's kind of
fault.
funny. You run PT, they want you to yell and scream. You get
I
out in
would
the woods,
actually
they're telling everybody,
enjoy-
shut up, light noise discipline.
I would actually enjoy that part.
Aren't we supposed to train the way we're supposed to fight?
Yeah.
It's-
While we out here running around doing this,
It's the one out. They always tell you sound off with a loud, thunderous voice and all that sort of stuff like that. And no, arm and hand signals. Because the first thing, if somebody starts shooting, everybody starts shooting. You can't hear shit. Machine guns, rifles, rockets, just all bombs going off, hand grenades. Nobody's going to hear anything you're fucking screaming about.
Sounds like my neighborhood on a Friday night.
hey, it sounded like this morning at 4 o'clock Yeah, 4 o'clock this morning. I was like, I woke up and I said,
That must have been when the sun came up and it was legal to actually shoot the deer that had been staring at you for 6 hours while you've been in a tree stand.
well, that's what I thought, but I was like, the sun's still down. I was like, ain't no way that's a deer hunter. Then it kept going, ta 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 ta. Stop. Ta 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 ta. I was like, all right, now I gotta get up. So,
And they say people can't deer hunt with a machine gun.
yeah,
You just get your sausage pre-made, that's all.
that's it. Hey, either somebody was night hunting with a scoop or a hog.
Strangely enough,
A hog.
most machine guns are good deer rifle calibers. Just
Oh,
saying.
Yes, they are. They are.
yeah, 223.
You got to click back so it's not full auto, but you know.
Yeah, I was about to say a 223. That's
Decent around here anyway.
Yeah.
But most machine guns are 308.
yeah, 308.
Sniper rifles too.
Yes.
Well, they got some
Except
Well,
except for the Barrett, yeah.
no, they've
I
got
know what a Barrett is.
they got
Oh,
three different
yeah.
calibers of Barrett.
You got Lapua?
They've got 4 different rifle calibers in the U.S. military for sniper rifles. 338 Lapua, 30-06, 308 or 7.62 by 5.1, and they've got some 5.56 sniper rifles. And then there's the stuff I don't even know about, that's special ops stuff, like 6.8 Creedmoors or whatever. So they got a 50 BMG in the Barrett. They got a 416, which is the new hot sniper, heavy sniper bullet that's out there. And they've got one, I'm not sure if it's operational, but if it is, it's the one I want to carry, is the XM109. It's a 25 millimeter anti-materiel rifle made by Barrett.
25 millimeter?
25 millimeter. It shoots. There was a rifle that were coming out for a while. It was a backwards rifle. It had a little 5.56 submachine gun up front on the bottom.
That's the width of the bullet.
And it had a 25 millimeter grenade launcher as
Yeah,
the main
I
weapon.
had a grenade launcher on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's a great big grenade launcher with a little bitty machine gun on the front. And that was your weapon.
Donna,
Wake up, baby.
wake up.
Ooh.
I'll get this. Hang on.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
I gotta get a beer, so I'll
Yeah.
be back.
Carl says when they came to HallowCon, he saw a lot of independent truckers out there. Yeah, right now it's the independent truckers.
The independent truckers is running everything right now.
Yeah, but they're running at a loss just because they got so much business.
Donna.
That might work. I
Right,
think it
she's
worked.
awake.
Donna.
She's just busy. Okay. We don't. Never mind. Yeah. Never mind, Donna. We just called on. Never mind.
Right. We just get you tomorrow night. Well, I do have to go get another beer, so I'll be back.
All right. John, did you ever see the I forget what channel it was on. It was talking about the Barrett 50 cal BMG. They were actually at Barrett filming the documentary for it. And Mr. Barrett himself went out to the sniper range and said, to talk with the guys. And he said, most of the time we carry it, Bushman style, slung over their shoulder. And and it's right where the perfect balance point is, right where the clip goes in.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, could you just sort of make it like a temporary plug to go in there with like a shoulder rest?
That sounds like a good idea.
And that's what Mr. Barrett said. He says, that sounds like a good idea. And he says, and as far up as that goes in there, we could possibly make one that could hold 2 or 3 rounds.
Just in case you needed it in a hurry.
Yeah.
Now, imagine my surprise when I found out the BFG and Barrett BFG stood for belt-fed machine gun rather than...
No, BMG, it's Browning machine gun.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. But
BFG, belt-fed.
Big fucking gun.
Yeah.
Big fucking gun.
That's what I thought it was supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, but they actually went in and designed a shoulder pad that fits into, what is that? What's that hole called, John? You're the
magazine well.
The magazine well, yes.
Yeah, fits up in the magazine well, and it can hold 3 rounds. So, you know, shit hits the fan. I mean, he's
the fan hits back.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s when we were in high school, when Barrett first came out, they had a version of the Barrett. They put me on widescreen, so I can't do how big this thing is. But
okay. Hold on a minute. There you are.
There we go. Okay. The normal 50 cal Barrett, you get the big long barrel, okay, with the magazine, receiver, and all that sort of stuff, and then you got the bolt actuating in the back, and then a shoulder pad in the very back of it, and you sit on top of it. You've got your scope and everything like that. But they came out with one that's pretty cool. They came out with a shorter version. It didn't have the shoulder stock in the back. It had a pad up underneath that rested on top of your shoulder. It looked like a recoilless rifle. Mm-hmm. It was a bullpup 50 semi-automatic 50 BMG. And they showed Mr. Barrett shooting one at one of the ranges. I remember this magazine I saw it in. Wow. I got to look into that and I thought, you know, if you've got to stop a vehicle in a hurry, that is exactly the rifle you want to be carrying right there. You don't want to be laying down. You want to be up somewhere where you can see the vehicle coming at you. Point that thing at them from here. They don't know what the hell it is because they're looking at a flash suppressor that looks like this. You know, and just
that should stop just about anything short of a tank or an APC.
Right kind of ammo. It will go through the engine block, through the people in the car, out the trunk, through the trailer, the school bus carrying the nuns behind them. Just everything.
But say, the way you describe
that's not the way we need to write the commercial for that.
Yeah, the way you're describing it sounds like an MP5.
No, this thing was still a 50 caliber BMG. They just made a bullpup version. The magazine actually hung off the back side of your shoulder.
Okay.
And the pistol grip was up closer to the front of the receiver. So.
Yeah, it sounds like something you ought to see in a sci-fi movie too.
I'm pretty sure we might have it occasionally.
Donna says she can't believe that she's quiet. Well, you know.
True.
Donna, we've known you for how long? We can't believe that you can get quiet, dear.
I hadn't known her that long, but yeah.
Got to be preoccupied by something.
Yeah, Carl must. Where's Carl? He's been quiet.
He's in the other room. He's in the. Yeah, Carl got quiet. Yeah, Donna's awake.
What's going on?
We may find out tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
when she's quiet, yeah.
Yeah. One of them will be quiet.
Yeah. Oh,
Lord. Stuff's a little thick to breathe. But it tastes so good.
I'm trying to find.
That went again.
No, I don't like my wife.
Oh, we can't show gun pictures on your thing, can we, Joe?
Not really.
I wouldn't recommend it. No, not linked to Facebook. We get a strike real quick.
Sorry about the movement on here. Let me unlock this door.
Oh,
Sorry about that, baby.
Aren't we glad Keisha needs glasses?
Yeah.
I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. I'm looking for something else real quick.
Oh, okay. Keisha said, "Hello, beautiful people." I'm just glad that she needs glasses.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely. I'm sure she ain't looking at us.
If she went and got new glasses, we'd never hear that said again.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Long time no see, Kiri.
Hey, Carrie, how are you doing?
I shall return. You have been warned.
All right. Yeah, she says she has glasses. She just doesn't have them on right now. Okay.
There you go. That makes sense.
And nobody tell her about Windex.
Yes.
That's
Make sure you put Windex on them glasses. No, they want me to go get glasses, by the way.
Get what?
Get glasses again, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
I don't want.
You know, they tried to give me glasses in junior high school because I had an astigmatism. And I was farsighted. So they got me the glasses and they started giving me headaches and everything like that. So I kind of quit wearing them. So they took me back to get me glasses. And they did the eye test and I didn't have an astigmatism anymore.
Same thing. That's the same thing that I had. Exactly.
So, yeah, give somebody glasses when their eyes are still growing. Yeah, it's a great idea.
When I wore glasses for like about 4 years, and that tornado hit my house. Lost them, through the tornado. Went back to the, optometrist. He's like, "You're fine. You don't need glasses." So I've been wearing this long for nothing. He's like, "Yep." Okay.
We were getting ready to go to Iraq, and they took us over to the medical facility to do all the tests and everything you got to do there. Get all your shots. They do the medical screenings. And all sorts of stuff. We were all sitting around waiting to get into the see the eye doctor because that takes a while.
No.
And we're sitting there, and the waiting room we're in has eye charts on all 3 walls around it, and that's where they do that real quick eye check. Is read that chart. And I'd watch
FPIZPPPP.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sitting there. I'm literally in a chair, sitting right next to one of them. I look back, and it's like Pembroke Publishing Company, Pembroke, Georgia. Yes. Zip code and everything. I sat there for about 5 minutes and memorized that thing. They told me, and sure enough, every time somebody came in, he just said he got them about 10 feet away from him. Said, "Read the bottom line." Everybody read the same thing. He says, so he gets to me, does all the tests and stuff like that. Says, "Okay, read the bottom line." I said, "Pembroke Publishing Company, Pembroke, Georgia, 30 whatever." And he's like, and he went over there and he's like, got his glasses over there. Yeah, you ain't kidding.
PRINTEDINUSA.
Well, see, they thought I had
I know
Wilson.
that movie too, Joe.
Well, I was about to say they thought I had Wilson disease when they diagnosed me with
You were a soccer ball with a bloody handprint?
Yeah.
I started to ask if it was Woodrow or Brian.
Yeah, both of them were bad. But when I got diagnosed, before I got diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, they tried to diagnose me with Wilson's disease. And
You
that
go to the
affected.
doctor. Every time you go there, you get something else.
Well, I was about to say, this was like 8 years ago. And sent me to the eye doctor. Eye doctor was like, I don't know why they sent you there. Your eyes are fine. I'm like, I knew that, but because they sent me to the gastro doctor first, and he's like, yeah, you need to go to eye doctor, blah blah blah, and sent me to the optometrist. And you know how the runaround is, all that crap.
Carl's down here talking about how his astigmatism is getting better too, but he's getting the old guy farsightedness. I've always been farsighted, but my eyes don't focus as quick as they used to.
Well, I was just about to say, my eyes. I will say my eyes do not focus as quick as they need to.
No, I'm getting that way myself.
Yeah, sometimes it takes till my third cup of coffee before I can focus on anything.
Might take 3 beers for mine to do that.
Hey, Dan.
That's how I adjust
pressure problems.
That's how I adjust the focus. I got a coffee in one hand, a beer in the other. And
hey, Dan, do you have a safety director at the plant?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to say his name. I've yelled at him a few times.
I've got something for you to send him in a little while.
Swimming pool?
Yeah. A scissor lift on a
float in a swimming pool.
That is definitely OSHA hazard.
No, we had one. I sent a photo to my supervisor, not the safety guy, and basically it was a guy putting shingles on a roof, and he had a safety line. He was tied off to the peak of the roof, but unfortunately he had put the loop of the safety line around his neck rather than attached to a lanyard and a safety harness. So, yeah, if he'd fallen off the roof, it would have been Troy Bean time.
Yeah.
Whole new meaning to Spandau Ballet.
Broke neck.
Yeah, the Broke Neck Mountain. Yeah. No, and in reply to Carl, last year I went to get a brand new pair of glasses, brand new prescription, first time in 5 years that I'd gotten my eyes checked. First thing the optometrist said to me was, "What happened to your astigmatism?" Like it was my fault it went away after 60 years. No, I don't know. You're the doctor. You tell me.
Well, my wife, she goes every other year, and hers actually got worse. And she went last year and got new glasses. And her eye, which, like I said, she just got home, but her eyes got worse since then. So.
Yeah, it's about time for me to get new glasses. These are 3 years old. Of course, I'm a cheap ass. I go to the America's Best Eye Center where you can get 2 pair for $69.
$60. Yeah, $70. Yeah.
Of course, I gotta have bifocal, so it costs me $100.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is horrible news.
What?
The Senate just passed the bill to fund the government.
You're lying.
Averting the shutdown.
They avoided the shutdown.
Apparently. Jeez.
Yeah, they're not going to pay for anything except their salary.
Yeah.
Just can't.
And their raise.
Just can't.
Yeah, be sure to shut down the national parks that cost absolutely nothing to operate.
And the post office, which actually makes a profit every year.
Yeah.
So you can steal money from my Social Security, which you're not supposed to touch.
Well, I don't have that, but yes, but it's bull crap. What was the vote?
Oh, hang on a minute. It's just in. I don't know that it's actually got into details.
I knew it was. They had to vote on it by midnight or midnight by tomorrow.
Let's see here.
Sorry about the politics, people.
We really should never have given them permission to vote on their own raises.
That's
Congress should be on minimum wage, just like everybody else.
Well, they should be on minimum wage, and they ought to come back to their district and work and be with the
All
people.
right. If I'm reading this right, because they've got like,
I know the House approved it.
see, the Senate then adopted the final stopgap bill on a 69-28 vote. The House approved the bill earlier in the evening, largely along party lines.
68 to 29.
69 to
or
28.
69-28. 69.
Yeah,
dude.
that was the Senate though. There's only
100 of them.
104.
100.
No, 100.
100?
Yep.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, it's 50.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why do I keep thinking?
Then they're
2
missing
per
one.
state.
Oh, Puerto Rico needs to be made a state, and the Virgin
No,
Islands, and
that'd be 2 more Democrats.
Washington D.C. needs to be nuked. And wait a minute, I didn't say that live.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
You're right. Washington needs to be nuked, and Omaha needs to be the new capital.
There you go. Hell, Alabama can be the new capital. I don't give a shit.
No,
Well,
Omaha. That's dead ass center of the country.
It needs to be equally
Distributed.
inconvenient for everybody.
Yeah, move the shit out of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I got a better idea. You know that big airplane that they fly the president around in?
Get rid of it.
No, that's the new capital of the United States. They take it wherever it's needed.
Well, he ain't gonna go nowhere, but he wants to go. He don't fly but to Delaware.
Carl says, "Whoa, don't talk about DC, Joe. Do you want another band?" No. Well, yeah, I can take another band.
Hell,
now.
I'll take a band. I don't give a shit.
I'll take another band now because I don't need to really push HallowCon until at least July.
They can put it on me.
I think we should sue
the
Democratic Party and the Republican Party for misrepresentation.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't represent anybody.
Both of them are pieces of.
Get them all fired and tell them, listen, your parties can't put another candidate into office for another
7,000 years.
Yeah. They got, which they'll never do it. There's got to be term limits.
Yeah. And
they'll never do it because they want to sit up there and get rich.
Like I said, they ought to be on minimum wage, and every dollar they make over minimum wage goes automatically to Social Security, no matter what they do. And if they're ever caught cheating on their taxes, put them up against the wall with a firing squad.
It's not even that.
To be fair, though, you really don't want people. You don't want poor people in Congress or the Senate. Okay. They can't manage money at home. You can't expect them to do that in government either. Put rich people in there. All they're going to do is steal money from.
Well, I was about to say, give Senate. I mean, Senate gets what? Is Senate 6 years?
The government can't manage money anyway. They're paying $1,200 for a toilet seat. I mean, good grief! Have they ever heard of Walmart?
Yeah.
Now wait a minute.
Hello?
Didn't you ever see Independence Day? $2,000 for a toilet seat, $400 for a hammer. You think all that money went into an airplane?
$1,600 for a screwdriver?
Well, I mean,
That's how they
There's
paid
got to
for
be
Area
some good
51.
vodka in that screwdriver, let me tell you.
that's just like us talking about that airplane earlier.
Oh yeah, there was somebody that once said, they really missed a trick with the stealth bombers. They should have went ahead and built 15 or 20 of them, and said that they built 5,000, and then just laid out spray painted black plywood on different runways all over the world for the infrared to see the black reflection.
Yep. There was a pistol that it was the CIA now, but back then it was called the OSS. It came out with this pistol, and it was a little single shot 45.
Yeah.
Called a Liberator pistol.
Yes. It's airdropped in Europe all over the place. Yeah.
It shot one shot at a time. It was like a one-shot Derringer 45 caliber, shot 45 cartridges, just like the 1911s. To unload it, it came with a wooden stick, so that you opened the back end of it and pushed the expended cartridge back out of the barrel. That was how you unloaded it. All right. And it was designed for one thing. You walked up to a German with a gun, shot him, and took his gun.
Yeah.
Now, to give you an idea of
all the pages in Congress.
To give you an idea of how cheap this thing was, the barrel was basically the only part of the gun. And I don't even think it was rifled. I think it was a smoothbore pistol.
No, it was smoothbore. Yeah, it was all stamped metal. It was
all
made
stamped
by
metal.
General Motors.
General Motors Guide Lamp Division
$1.45
made
a piece.
The body. It was one of the companies anyway. But here's the funny thing about it. The OSS made them skip serial numbers in the series. So they would make 500 of them, package them up, skip 1,500 serial numbers, make another 500, package them up, skip 2,500 serial numbers, make another 500, package them up. And they kept doing that. And they basically spread them out across 1.5 million serial numbers. But they only made like 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
Most of them, when they parachuted them in to the French resistance, most of them were captured by the Germans. But the German intelligence people went through, copied all the serial numbers down, and realized they were missing about 1.5 million of them, which never existed, but they were paranoid as hell that somebody was going to walk up with one of these things and shoot them.
Same thing with Afghanistan, pretty much.
It reminds me of an old joke, actually. The joke went that somebody in the Russian government ordered a bunch of condoms from the United States, and the manufacturer marked the extra large Magnum size as small and shipped them over.
Them potato dicks.
Actually, that joke showed up in Air America.
Sorry.
With Mel Gibson and Robert
Y'all
Downey
give me
Jr.
that strike. Yeah.
I read that back in the early 60s, late 60s, something like that. I think it was in Reader's Digest, actually. Let you know what they got away with back then.
It's out of a book, Reader's Digest. Quote that.
It was one of the ops they did in Vietnam or Cambodia or one of them countries over there during the Vietnam War that they dropped them behind enemy lines.
Man,
something big enough for an elephant marked as small. Yeah, okay.
I was about to say, I wish my dad was alive. He could tell you so many stories from over there. He didn't. Well, I'd have to hand him the phone, so he didn't know crap about social media. But he has some stories.
Oh, those were the days.
Yep.
That the biggest story was Beirut. That's when he got out.
Oh, Lewis has arrived in New York.
All right. New York will never be the same.
Hey, yeah, I was about to say, watch out for that Coronian variant or whatever the hell it's called.
Omicron
Thank you.
or Decepticon, something like that.
Yeah. Transformer.
He's-
Transformicon.
His hotel is at the base of #1 World Trade Center.
Nice.
Wow.
Ouch.
Oh, overlooking the footprints.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Sorry.
I've never been up there.
He better get us some pictures from the Intrepid Museum.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you get pictures, Carl.
Hey, you know Lewis. He's going to take a lot of photos.
Yeah, Lewis. Get pictures, please.
Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis, please get pictures.
You know they got a space shuttle up there on the aircraft carrier now. Or did they actually put the space shuttle on the aircraft carrier?
Yeah, Enterprise. I think Enterprise is sitting on the carrier.
Yeah.
They were talking about making its own museum off to the side.
I don't know if they made it a museum or not, but I know it's on that. I think it's on that aircraft carrier, though.
Yeah, but they built a tent over it or whatever.
Yeah,
that may be it. Okay.
Ouch. Sorry, my arthritis is acting up all of a sudden. Must have been a drop in air pressure or something.
Yes. Well, it's starting to get cool here, so it might be coming that way.
Yeah, well, I don't really care about cool that much. I've got a heater here, but ever since Thursday, it's been like the bones in my left wrist here have been. It's like I jammed my hand against something, even though I know I didn't. It's very difficult to turn.
Are you left-handed?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Well, I'm neither-handed actually. You can look at my handwriting and tell I can't write with either one. But I use my computer mouse most of the time left-handed, but right now I'm using the other mouse, which is right-handed. I have freaked people out using a mouse to highlight stuff left-handed and typing on the number pad on the keyboard right-handed. So I was a little bit faster than most people were at data entry there for a while. But no, every once in a while, things just happen. I am 64. I expect aches and pains, you know.
They did put a big darn tent on the back end of that aircraft carrier for the space shuttle.
Yep. And there's a Concorde on there, too.
No, it's off on the side. It's on the dock, which is where I thought they were going to put. I think that's where they're talking about building the new pavilion.
The museum?
Yeah, it's going to be off to the side. And then they got an SR-71. They need to get that thing undercover, too.
Oh, yeah.
They need to put that back.
Black plane. It'll fade quick.
They put that back in the
older stuff. Trying to look at some of the older stuff they've got. There's a F4 Phantom. There's a Crusader.
Got a
There's a couple
Tomcat.
MiGs. There's a T-38 Talon.
T-38. That's what that T-4 replaced that they are wanting to replace.
Yep. Well, T-38's been around since before Vietnam.
Yeah, but that was like 1950s T-38, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they retired the T-34s. The little jet trainer.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what we're talking about, T-38.
No, we're talking about T-38s.
Yeah, T-34s are the side-by-side. They call them the Tweety Birds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're now, when they retired them, they didn't scrap them. They sold them. So there are people flying the little T-38 or the T-34 Tweety Birds. They're painting them all yellow and pulling the ejections.
Wait a minute. The T-34 was a propeller craft.
Yeah,
Okay.
What was the Tweety Bird?
Beechcraft made them. The T-38 is the jet, and they are painting the T-34s yellow, by the way.
So yeah, so Joe's got the right idea.
Right.
They just weren't jets; they were propeller driven.
Which I think you actually, when you joined the Air Force back then, you had to actually learn to fly both of them. T-38 Talon. Let me throw a picture up here real quick. It's the NASA chase plane, Joe.
T-37s.
T-37s.
Yeah, Cessnas. It's called the Tweety Bird. The Tweet.
Tweet is a Cessna. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay, that little thing.
Yeah, they've turned them. They're selling them off as private commercial. General aviation.
I was about to say that's like a 4-seater.
No, it's 2-seater.
Let me see here.
2-seater side by side. You said, wouldn't
Yeah.
it, Joe?
No, could be a 4-seater. It's a Cessna. I mean, they do have that heritage.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah. So does the Piper Cherokee.
All right, here we go.
Oh, okay. That's thought somebody else had joined, but it's that.
Where's that?
That's
And
cute.
It's a 2-seater. They are kind of cute.
Yeah, that's 2-seater. Yeah.
And got
Yeah.
a little bit of jet engines.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
twin engine. Subsonic.
it's still got to be faster than my Kia.
Oh yeah.
They went from that to the T7.
T-38. Oh, this is a version of the Cessna A-37 Dragonfly or the Super Tweet,
They went to the Red Hawk. Wow.
which is are y'all still seeing this or did
Yeah.
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 that's
Yeah.
the combat variant of the Tweet?
Armed to the teeth.
They went to the Red Hawk.
Oh, I need one of those for the Watermelon 500.
And with a refueling probe, so we can
Yep.
stay out there a while.
Yep. Watermelon 500.
They went to the Red Hawk now, and they already won another one.
This is ridiculous. All right. Sorry, guys. Gonna have to get another bottle of these. They only last me about 2 months at a time.
Let's get me some.
All right, there's the T-38.
I left yours at Walmart.
I appreciate that.
That way you know you're getting fresh ones.
Yeah, there's your T-7s.
Yeah, that's the one they are using now.
Oh, that's cute.
Ain't that slick looking plane now? I'll tell you.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be able to copy the F-22
yeah.
in
Rapid,
theory.
In theory. I wish they had stuck with the F-22s instead of F-35, but
It's the winner of the TX program to replace the T-38s.
Which NASA will use for the next 50
1,000
years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, 1,000 years would be the B-52s.
yeah. Well, hey, B-52's been going.
Well, they said right now the pilot of the last B-52 to fly hasn't been born yet.
Oh, no. I was
It
about to
won't
say.
be for another 100 years. They keep improving the darn things. They're going to keep.
Yeah, I was about to say they keep.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, they're having a big thing right now about putting new engines on them. So
But I was about to say that's like.
Well, the engines are so old that to make new ones, they'd have to completely rebuild the factory. So they're going.
that's
John,
what they're talking.
They got the Cadillac engines, don't they?
Going with the Rolls Royce engine.
Yeah, I'd go with Rolls Royce every time.
And the reason they're going with the Rolls Royce is because it can be cartridge started.
Instead of electro started. Yeah.
Yep.
B-52s have never been electro started.
The Stratus, the B-52 Stratus.
Yeah. Now they are capable of the electro start, but
In a punch,
they can fire up one engine on each wing and use the pressure from those engines to start the other engines on that wing.
Sounds like a plan.
Which means
gotta go to the beer fridge.
Yeah, which means when they're
I'm about to have to in a minute.
on a scramble for an alert, it's rolling off out of its parking spot with two engines.
You
Well,
want to see something?
It's
Really
taxiing,
interesting though?
still
I
starting
always
engines.
love this.
What?
Hang on a second. I got to share it.
By the way, B-52 ain't good enough, but for dropping a nuke,
Oh no, the B-52D was awesome.
carpet bombing, or dropping people out the back of the airplane.
Okay. This is the original XB-52 before they put in the side-by-side cockpit, which was slick as hell back in the day. And you get the B-36 right behind it there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty much just a B-29 on steroids with backwards engines.
That's kind of a completely different aircraft there. I'm trying to find where it said the bombers. Oh, how did I do that? Quit doing it. All right, let me see here.
That's like they're redoing the B-2 bomber now. I can't remember what they're going to name it, but
oh, they got that new B-21 Raider that's coming out.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what they're replacing it with.
B-21 Raider. B-21 Raider is pilotless.
No.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, but which one's supposed to be the drone?
That's that X80.
The B-21 is going to be a smaller version of the B-2. It will have pilots, last I heard.
Yeah. The one you're thinking about, Joe Dog, is it's an X. It's kind of like that plane they send into space.
Oh, the B-37 or
Yeah.
XB-37?
Yeah.
Or YB.
Yeah.
YB-37 or something like that.
X-37, yeah.
X-37.
Yeah. Now they've got one that's supposed to be drones that are they look like the B-2 and actually complement the B-2.
Oh, we don't know what all they got. That's probably why they're asking for more training vehicles. But
okay, the engine they're running on the B-52 right now is the Pratt & Whitney TF33 P3 turbofans.
There you go. So Cadillac.
But they're talking about refitting it with the Rolls-Royce that's what they're going to do. They're going to pull the nacelles off the plane and build new nacelles, and actually instead of an 8-engine bomber, it'd be a 4-engine bomber. But they were going to use Rolls-Royce RB211s, which is their big, like what they put on the jumbo jets and stuff. They just can't figure out a way to put them on there and not have them drag the ground when they're taking off.
Well, they've actually found another engine in current production, the same size as what's on the B-52, the Pratt & Whitney.
Right.
The Pratt & Whitney is still a good motor.
Well, they haven't. I don't think they finished it yet. Nope, they did. On the 24th of September this year, the U.S. Air Force selected the Rolls-Royce F-130 as the winner. And they're going to buy 650 of them, which is 680 direct replacements and 42 spares. They beat out Rolls-Royce, beat out General Electric and Pratt & Whitney.
Well, I was about to say GE. I wouldn't go with them anyways, but
they make a good engine.
There's some good stuff from time to time.
They're the biggest competition for Rolls-Royce.
Well,
now, I wound up just coincidentally watching a lot of material on the I think it was the F-86 Saberjet that was used in Korea.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not the F-100 Super Saber, but the F-86.
Right.
And that was some fascinating stuff right there. I wish I had known it when I started writing a character that flew the bloody things in Korea, but um, ignorance was bliss.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, that seemed to be. Oh, and one of the pilots that was waxing poetic about how good an airplane the F-86 was some guy named Buzz Aldrin.
Never heard of
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Sounds like a space case.
he didn't do nothing but go, supposedly land on the moon or something like that.
Well, apparently he flew saber jets in Korea too. So
Hey,
it looks just like a MiG, but
hey, you know how Buzz Aldrin's introduced now? Ladies and gentlemen, Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon. Kneel before him.
Joe, John, does that not look like a MiG?
That is a MiG.
Yeah.
That is a MiG-15 being shot down by an F-86.
Well, that F-86 looks like a MiG, does it not?
they had to really conserve their ammo. They could not go full auto, or they'd run out in a hurry, like in seconds. So burst fire was the thing.
I'm just saying that just shows how that right there.
There's your MiG-15.
Yep, and just look how close this next picture he's going to throw up looks.
I'm working on it. Hang on a second.
Dan, I got a great story for you.
But
talk about what the writer needs to hear.
Yeah.
This just shows how far espionage and everything goes back. And why we let Nixon did it, but let them into the world so they could steal every technology we had.
Yeah.
Only Kirk can go to. Oh well.
Only Nixon can go to China. The famous Vulcan phrase.
Yeah, there you go. That and turned us over, got us out of the gold standard and everything else.
Yeah. No. A good what if story, Vietnam, and we've developed the A-10.
Well, A-10 is a... There you go, right there.
Hey, had we had the A-10 in Vietnam, it'd have been a whole different story.
Doubtful.
No.
You'd had to make the damn thing.
It'd just been another bomber / gun.
It had been a hill taken and a hill given.
No, you'd have had to make them as big as a what is it, 787 now? What's a big damn plane nowadays? Anyway, all of it would be ammo for the gun. Keep on flying up and down the Ho Chi Minh Trail and spraying it until there was nothing left.
They was underground. They wasn't shooting.
The military was doing a good job in Vietnam. It was the politics. It was the politics who lost that war. So.
Yep.
Oh,
ironic.
I wasn't complaining about that or criticizing the folks on the ground or in the air at all. Politics, yeah. Politicians are to blame for everything.
Or D-Day. He did D-Day with about 8 A-10s.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dan. Ironically, my friend Jim Stewart that I was talking to, and I apologize for taking so long, but he kind of got on a few things, and but his brother worked in ammunitions, and he was talking about going to Aerospace Museum in Dayton, Ohio, I think. I'm not sure.
A big one in Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah. And they went through and he commented on working on, this is his older brother, commented on working on laser guided missiles that they used in Vietnam, but they kept hush hush till the Persian Gulf War, because I guess the Saudis were using them then. And of course, then it wasn't so much a secret then. I don't know if they declassified them or whatever, but his brother John worked on them all through the 60s, and they said they used him there and that, but of course he was restricted from saying anything about it at the time.
And I was about to say that'd be the first time to be that'd be F-117s. Am I right, John?
What, laser guided bombs?
No, jets.
No,
Bombers.
the first plane that used laser guided bombs, I believe, were the old F-4 Phantoms.
Yeah, the F-14.
Oh.
Yeah.
Judith. See you later.
Bye, Judith.
Hi and bye.
Hey, Emma. But yeah, Gulf War. That first Gulf War. Yeah, that and Sarah. What was it? Sarajevo or whatever. We broke out on
Sarajevo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of broke out a lot of stuff that was never showed.
Not to be confused with Sarajevis, which is German.
There's only a minor little aerospace museum up in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a little one.
Now, I remember when the first F-117 crashed out in California. Man, they locked that place down, and somehow Testers was involved with the development of the F-117.
They built this cool looking model, and the manufacturer had to follow up with a real airplane.
I was really high on Testers.
Yeah, a lot of people were, Bill. Then they started putting that orange stuff scent in it, and it just...
Oh, I love the lemon scented model glue. I can sniff that stuff for hours.
The orange one, I think, made more people sniff it more than.
Who made the F-117? Was that DARPA or was that
Lockwood? Lockheed Skunk
Lockheed
Skunk Works. Yeah.
Okay, stupid question, which I guess is stupid o'clock. Might be the right place, but Kitty Hawk, is that in Smithsonian?
Good night.
No,
the Wright Flyer? Yes, the Wright Flyer.
Yeah.
Kitty Hawk itself is North Carolina.
Well, I know that's in North Carolina, Dan.
Yeah, I was about to say, you talking about Kitty Hawk? That's
they couldn't put the whole town in the museum, so they just used the plane.
Yeah,
just wait. It'll happen.
Now, did you know, Bill, that there is a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square piece of fabric from that plane on the Martian helicopter flying around Mars right now?
I did not.
Mm-hmm. See, Bill, you better get your binoculars out and start looking.
And I think, didn't Neil Armstrong take a piece to the moon?
Yes, he did.
That I do not remember.
I'm
ready.
Bill put his glasses on. Hey, Bill, we was talking about glasses earlier while you was off here.
I'm always off. What are you talking about?
No, that's just your yogurt. You need to throw that stuff away.
But it was milk when I first got it.
Yeah, but that was 1956.
You know, I never remember buying cottage cheese, but I always seem to end up with it all the time.
Damn, Bill, you was alive when Roswell happened.
Who was the comedian who told that joke about how do you know when sour cream goes bad?
No, how do you know when yogurt goes bad? That was what it was.
When it curdles.
When it turns blue, green, or orange, it's
Yeah.
no longer any good. That's
Now-
how I usually find out about it.
Do you remember the series Alien Nation, the bad
Oh,
milk?
Yeah.
Sure
Curdled
do.
milk.
Jeff Stringer was telling me a story that they did this skit at a one of the, I think it was Dragon Con, where somebody was dressed up as, the visitor or whatever.
Mhm.
And he comes out and they had taken sweet milk and got chunks of bread and started dropping the chunks of bread in it. And then he's
Pouring it in a glass.
pours it in a glass and goes, a good month.
Now, if you'd done that with cornbread and buttermilk, I'd been first in
Yeah.
line for that guy.
Yeah, if it's buttermilk, I'd be good to go.
I went to grade school with this guy that whenever we went to lunch and you have your lunch trays and you got your mashed potatoes and your meatloaf and whatever other carrots and peas and all this, and then your little thing of milk, and he would take it and mix it all together in one little compartment and start eating it and then chug his milk, and he'd say, well, it all ends up that way in your stomach anyway.
That's how you do it in the South. You pour your milk.
God.
Yeah, tell
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, he did, not the rest of us.
Well, yeah.
My little brother is one of those people where you can't let food touch other food in his plate or he won't eat it. It's got to be separated. And I go, yeah, you're the guy that made the compartmentalized Dixie plates popular, aren't you?
There is a reason.
Got to have canyons and valleys for your.
Strangely enough, I don't mind if my food gets mixed together, but there are certain foods that I like to keep separated. I'll give you an example. Chicken wings and sauce. Okay.
Yeah.
You got your chicken wings, you got your sauce. You don't pour the sauce all over the chicken wings and eat them that way. You dip them.
You dip them.
Yeah.
You did.
French fries, I don't like ketchup on top of my French fries.
Nope.
I like dipping the French fries in either sauce or chili, whichever.
This will let you know how long I've been married to the British woman. I now put malt vinegar and salt and pepper on my French fries.
What about like
I do that at Japanese all the time.
Yeah, but this took the place of dipping them in ketchup. It's like, ooh, I gotta have malt vinegar. Malt vinegar.
The one thing I never got into. It's not that it's terrible. It's just I can't do it. The Germans used to either put ketchup or mayonnaise as a condiment for their French fry.
No.
My wife does mayonnaise on French fries, and it's
no.
What's interesting about that is their ketchup is different than American ketchup. It's a lot sweeter, not as spicy.
She also puts ketchup on mayonnaise on hot dogs.
No.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, you was talking about your friend at school drinking the milk. Reminded me of a story when we went. My daughter lived with my sister down in Pell City, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Pell with a P or hell with an A?
P.
It's in Alabama. What do you think?
Oh, okay.
P-E-L-L.
Yep. And we went down to we would usually pick her up after school on Friday.
They got white sauce down there on the chicken.
No. We get there and this poor girl is just projectiles. I mean, it was horrid. And it just so happened to be one of Megan's friends. I said, "What's wrong with her?" And she went, "Nothing." I said, "What did you do?" She goes, "Daddy, I promise I didn't have anything to do with it. What did you do?" We dared her that she couldn't drink 8 of those little things of milk at one time.
Oh my God.
Hey,
I said,
talk
Megan,
about
Megan, where did you come up with that idea? She goes, Megan. And the principal comes up and says, "Oh, you're Megan's parents. Nice to meet you, all this." And then she goes, "We're sorry. One of the kids got sick." I said, "Yeah, we saw that. It happens." She said, "Yeah, somebody dared her to drink a bunch of milk." And I went, I'm trying to keep the straight face like I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Come to find out, my daughter was the one that egged her on to do it.
Instigator. I wonder where she got
I
that.
wonder where she gets that from.
No clue.
Mm.
And
Donna.
poor Dennis and Manfred tried so hard to get something up into the chat, and it just never happened.
Oh,
I saw that. Same with Judith.
Yep, and Judith got smacked too.
Well, and
but
Ace is still here though.
We got 2 more hits on your,
Yep.
page here. So that's right. Thank you.
Speaking of the milk, Dan, you're talking about your British ways.
I shall be
I
back.
can't.
Be back.
All
Yeah.
right.
back. Yeah, go get a beer.
Talk about your British ways there, Dan, that you're picking up from your wife. The first time I ever put milk in my hot tea, absolutely loved it. And now I cannot drink tea without milk in it. I had some of my maple tea the other night, and that's perfect for maple tea.
Doesn't it depend on the type of tea you're drinking as to whether you put milk in it or not?
Yeah, it has to be hot.
Yeah, hot tea is what I'm. Not iced tea.
No. You don't understand. There are certain teas you put lemon in, and certain teas you put milk in.
I don't like lemon in my tea.
Dependent on taste.
I don't like lemon in iced tea either. I like lemonade iced tea, but I don't like lemon in my iced tea, and there is clearly a difference. And that's a North Carolina thing.
Well, I've still got some of that tonic water and club soda left over from
HallowCon's.
HallowCon's.
And I bought myself a bottle of Rose's lime juice today, and I'm going to enjoy drinking. Well, let's just call them gin and tonics without the gin.
I used to get in so much trouble for drinking that stuff. My parents would keep it in the fridge for whatever they were making at the time.
Doesn't it taste wonderful?
Margaritas. But and I just pull that bottle of lime juice out, and and it's
yeah.
Tonight on Last Man Standing with Dan Hollowfield.
I said
I hope it doesn't affect you like the Bloody Mary mix.
Well, the Bloody Mary mix had vodka in it. I mean,
I know.
A little bit too much.
Well, that's not what you said that night.
Well, I was going fine till I went to sleep. And thankfully, I didn't have any left over. I mean, I woke up to an empty glass, but that was an entire pint of vodka in one night. And I'm going, there's probably a reason why you don't drink liquor that often, Dan, because, you wind up going to sleep real quick.
Oh.
Is that what
liquor
happened?
Always put me to sleep when I drank it.
That's exactly what happened. I drank an entire pint of vodka with the Bloody Mary mix that night, and we had 4 hours of Last Man Standing out of a 6-hour show where I was asleep.
So, is that what happened to me Halloween night, Dan?
Something like that.
No, Joe, you were still, your eyes were still open.
Okay.
The lights were on, but nobody was home. Let me tell you that.
Joe, we had 2 trolls try to get on the show tonight, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
2 so far.
Okay, let's help everybody else out here real quick. So maybe we can send the trolls their direction. Okay. Hey.
Welcome to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network.
Here you will find
Hit the right
a variety of shows which cover a wide array of interests, from comics to creativity, mysteries to mixology, and science to history. There's something for all interests at the Rising Tide. There are shows every day of the week, daytime and nighttime. So take a look at our schedule and see what appeals to you. If you're interested in comics, both independent and mainstream, check out Comics Chaos and Sass, or Comic Book Spectrum, or from the desk of a small press publisher. If you want encouragement and advice on furthering your creativity, we have Creative as Hail and Tidbits and Scribbles. If you enjoy mysteries and conspiracy theories, we have The Truth Mongers. If you're into interviews with up-and-coming talents, there is a TED Talks made just for you, as well as Clever Title Window. If you're into classic combat sports, there's the Historical Fencing Guild. And if you want to know what it's like to hang out with convention regulars, we have Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing. If you want witty repartee and best-faced fun, check out Nevermind the Furthermore. If the science of rocketry and spaceflight is your thing, we have Armchair Rocket Science. But that's by no means all the Rising Tide has to offer. New shows will be added as they develop, so stay tuned. All Rising Tide shows share a spirit of mutual cooperation, under the philosophy that a rising tide raises all ships. Lightly ruled over by our comic ringmaster of mayhem, Brian K. Morris, we support and promote each other's works. What helps one of us to greater success helps all of us achieve even more successes. So look at the schedule, check out the shows, and we're sure that you will want to come back for more. And if you ever want to hear that music without my annoying voice,
Pete Townsend, Jimi Hendrix.
Go to my Bandcamp page.
It's such a sexy voice.
Oh, yeah.
I dig that funky
The
Dan
music starts
Hollowfield
off
music.
great, but it slowly morphs into like 70s porn music, and it's just kind of,
Yeah, well, go to my Bandcamp page. I don't remember which album that's on. There's 9 of them to choose from. So
Yeah,
I'm
one
working
day,
on the 10th one now.
one day in band camp.
Yeah. This is more like 2 years, 3 years.
We don't talk
Rising
about what
Rising
happens in
Soul.
band camp stays in band camp.
Dan, are you gonna put your link up like on in the chat?
it should already be there.
No,
No.
he never did put it up.
That's Facebook that doesn't like the.
They don't like you, obviously.
No, Facebook doesn't like people to post
Facebook
links.
doesn't like anybody that's not throwing money at them.
Okay, let me see.
Those meta mothers. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to stay around for at least 2 beers, so before my wife kicks my ass.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna try to get in bed early tonight again. I found this great stuff that happens when you leave the computer alone and you go to your bed and put some stuff to background music. It's called sleep.
Yeah, I've read that too.
I've heard about that. I've never experienced it myself,
I hadn't either.
except when I wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, me and Dan normally would like
There
stay
you go.
up to 5 o'clock in the morning.
I think Josh found a lie that was too big for StreamYard.
But no, I said, me and Dan stays up to me and him was up at the same time. I'm like, damn, that motherfucker's still up at 5 in the morning.
No, I may be online, but I'm not up.
Yeah. Who says he's awake?
Well,
right.
he still answers back, but
So I'll set my alarm to wake me up about 1 just to make sure Dan has signed off.
oh no, I'll send you a message if he falls asleep again.
Now, Dan, you doing a show
Terry.
tonight?
Yep.
Yeah.
Last Man Standing is
Okay.
is happening tonight.
That's why I was asking, because I didn't get a link on the
Yeah, you didn't.
uh,
I don't think there was a link posted
yeah.
other than this one.
I thought I
Well,
saw a link, but I might be wrong.
No, there was only
Mm.
Joe Dawes link.
Hey, Joe, next time you
Yeah.
talk to the guys at StreamYard, tell
Yeah.
them they need to put a shut-off timer on this thing.
Mhm.
So that
Do
you can set it for 1 hour, and if you fall asleep, it shuts off automatically.
No, We
No,
need to
Hey,
watch.
because
We're only
I-
getting
no,
older.
I gotta go
Okay, I'm
back.
just
I
going to
gotta-
leave that there. We're
No.
just getting older. So
No,
the,
I gotta go back and I gotta go back and watch it. Bill said I need to go back and watch it. So
Well, I don't know. It might still be up. I don't know.
oh, you said you fell asleep too?
No, I didn't. No. I'm the one sending Dan endless messages. I'm trying to call him on the Facebook Messenger phone, thinking that any or one of that's going to wake him up, and I was SOL on that.
boy,
Now-
did you get fooled.
I'm telling you.
Nope.
All
But
right.
You
But-
got to send a PM to Donna or Anna and go,
Yeah,
"Dan,
he sent me one. He sent me one too.
So before we leave, I will tell everybody to make sure to tune in to Last Man Standing with Dan Hollifield tonight, because I have special Last Man Standing viewing apparatus that everybody will need to get, except for Dan. And so there's your cliffhanger.
Yeah. All right. Let's slow
That-
everybody down and say.
Joe,
Yeah.
can you put that picture back up?
which picture?
I'm fixing to right now.
That's a good
Thank you,
idea.
sir.
And I mean, I've already got it set up, ready to go. And as we sign off, I'm going to say, tip my hat and say, we miss you, Doc.
Oh, I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.